Alright, in this episode we're going to complete Old World Blues.
Attention visitors! Combat experiment in progress. Please put on your goggles and take your ride.
I like that lens flare there.
The X-42 giant robo-scorpion is alive! Awaken my pet! Initiate your search and destroy protocol in the name of all that is glorious! This is a pre-recorded attack message indicating my desire to commit violence on you.
We can't get into there.
X-42.
Well, I think I got a strategy idea, somewhat.
The X-42 giant robo-scorpion is alive!
No, it's not working. It does. I crippled both of my legs.
Destroy protocol in the name of all that is glorious!
God damn it, it won't let me run. This might take a bit.
X-42 giant robo-scorpion is alive!
Come on, I'm stuck, god damn it.
This is a clear search and destroy protocol in the name of all that is glorious!
Alright, so we're still on buff out. Let's take Mentats, Psycho, Radaway, Rebound, Steady, Atomic Cocktail,
This is a pre-recorded X-42. This is a pre-recorded.
and we're probably gonna be dead now.
Pitiful. An intruder is here. I'm certain of it. This is a pre-recorded X-42. There's our...
God damn it. It does so much fucking damage, Jesus.
There's our...
Gotta find a way to get through this. Weapons. What does so much damage? Doesn't do that much damage, but
An intruder is here. I'm certain of it. An intruder is here. I'm certain of it. Looking for a weak spot? There are no weak spots! An intruder is here. I'm certain of it. An intruder is here. I'm certain of it. An intruder is here.
Let's try
I'm
this.
certain of it. An intruder is here. I'm certain of it. This is a pre-recorded attack message indicating my desire to commit violence on you. Looking for a weak spot? There are no weak spots! Go back to patrol, you piece of junk! Go back to patrol, you piece of junk!
Alright, this seems to be the key, I guess.
Go back to patrol, you piece of junk! Go back to patrol, you piece of junk! You'll never disable me from the monitors around the room! This is a pre-recorded attack message indicating my desire to commit violence on you.
Yay! We did it. Although now both of our legs are crippled. Eh. We don't have any stim packs left, do we? There we go. That's enough. We can't loot right now. What is this? All right. Mobius.
Hmm? Oh, hello there. You are there, aren't you? Forgive my confusion. So hard to tell these days. You seem familiar somehow. I'm guessing you're here for your brain, perhaps? It's just up there. Such a nice brain, young, very bright. A little hard to see you. Can you walk into my left, right FOV cone? Ah, that's it. You're coming into focus nicely.
Right.
Depth perception is a problem with this old monitor of mine. Went black a while ago. That's old age for you. should look at getting the visual nerves reattached. It's just that the right eye would see the wrong things.
Oh, no.
The flying tortoises were the worst. Would you care for a mentat?
Yeah, because it kind of took like every drug I had on the way up here.
I love mentats. Delicious and smarty. I have all sorts of amazingly science-terrific thoughts and ideas when those chalky tablets are zipping through my biogel. I forget them all not long after, though, especially with the data constipating my memory core. Afraid binary streams might shoot out my chassis. Had to start using the dome floor and walls here to inscribe equations, although I've somewhat lost track of where they start and end.
Yeah, because he's kind of... The dudes in the big... in the think tank there aren't exactly very nice to this guy.
Really? That implies preconceived notions, theories, and a hypothesis about this meeting? Please extrapolate. What was I supposed to be like? After all, it might be worth a cognitive realignment if your theoretical Mobius is better than I. Oh, a variety of reasons. You're something of a homily. The anomaly? You're really quite special, and not in the cranially challenged way.
Yeah.
You see, you are the most successful brain extraction experiment ever performed here at Big Mountain. A victim of your own success, as it were. If you were to go back with what your brain knows about the procedure, well, your brain could be popped back in and you could walk right out of here. Can't have brains moving around of their own volition.
Like everyone in here.
I'm not sure, except that I'm sure there's a very good reason for it. I have very good reasons for almost everything I do. Even if I forget them occasionally. Although I feel this one is especially important. Oh, well. Do you? You seem fine without it.
Yeah.
And does it even want to go back with you? Maybe you should ask it. It's quite independent, has all manner of opinions. Tell you what, I'll leave it up to your brain. If it wants to go, then fine. If not, well, you should respect its wishes.
Alright.
Oh, curiosity.
Let's see this.
Oh, I was probably tripping hard on Psycho when I sent that. Had to work myself up to it. Not usually violent, except when I am. Then, watch out! So many chems, such varieties. Whenever I take mentats, I can feel my entire chassis breathe like a big spherical lung. As for the Psycho, sometimes get the chem dispositories in my tank all switched up. Go in the wrong tube. Still, served its purpose.
Let's see this one.
Well, every scientist needs an army. Mine came to me after these rather large scorpions kept coming in from the desert, like poisonous frosting. How scary, I thought, but they had survived when nothing else had. Perfect candidates for improvement as a reward for their tenacity. Then I thought, what if they shot energy bolts and acted as walking eyes and data-drained computers and acted as bullhorns? Then I made them bigger. Then I thought about custard. I do so love custard.
All right.
Did I? Maybe I did. Can't have them leaving. Is some reason for it? Ethics or, conscience? You and your brain are quite alike. I'm sure it knows the raisins better than I do.
Yeah.
Dr. Mobius. Rather catchy, isn't it? It's my name, and my new name overwrote the old one. This name's as real as you or I, although I believe someone's been watching too many old-world science fiction movies, it said. I believe it meant me. I must admit I have a vulnerability for holotape fantasies of planets and robots. Like the think tank, we were all reprogrammed to forget them, take on new names. It enforces the recursion loop in our perception programming.
Wish I had enough to pass these speech checks.
Indeed, the goodbye part.
Let's go talk to our Brian. Or Brian. Brian. Top marks for not trying.
Well, well, look who finally dragged themselves in out of the wasteland. And where have we been, Crawling through pits of radioactive muck again?
Kind of sounds a little like Stewie from Family Guy. That's a show I haven't seen in a while.
Ah, lovely. Figured that out, have we? Would you like a cookie?
Why are you such a dick?
Well, that's a fine how do you do. Me, quote, dick, unquote. As if I'm the one responsible for the way you carry on gadding about the wastes. I'm not the one that makes us clamber around Technus-infested ancient vaults or go charging off to New Vegas on missions of ill-conceived revenge. And have we forgotten who got us shot in the head and buried in a shallow grave?
Yep, we didn't do that part in
Do
this
you
campaign.
think I enjoyed that little moment?
Of course, yeah, that's how
I
it
most
works.
certainly am not. I'm the seat of all reason and logic in our little partnership. All those feelings that motivate you, that sense of righteousness and that rush you get, glands. They come from glands, free of the tyranny of your
There we go.
Well, maybe next time you hear me telling you that charging a napkin with a penknife is a bad idea, you'll listen.
So let's see, ask him why that.
After the think tank extracted me from your skull, they fell to bickering amongst themselves. I'm sad to say we were quite forgotten about. Dr. Mobius saw an opportunity to gain some leverage and had me spirited away to his dome. I don't know. I'm afraid the trauma of our separation rendered me quite insensate. I didn't come around until I was safely ensconced in this tank. I'm quite sure whatever he did was highly scientific, though.
I don't really know who I want to side with this time.
Hardly. Dr. Mobius keeps a close optical sensor on the goings-on at the think tank. As soon as he saw the opportunity, he took it. Well, as long as your curiosity is satisfied.
Alright.
I'm not going to lie to you. The prospect is definitely not that appealing. Look at it from my perspective. Here I have peace, quiet, and safety. Well, barring the odd rogue scorpion. In your head, I've got poison, radiation, grisly injuries, and biological functions.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Do you know how much more you can get done when you're not constantly looking for places to urinate? It's quite a lot, I can tell you.
Okay.
Overrated biological feedback. Believe me, you only feel that way because you've got all that meat. Oozing hormones.
Man, I wish I had a higher speech stat and science stat.
Well, certainly there might be some things I miss about being ambulatory. We have seen some incredible sights, haven't we? But still, given the tremendous, potentially life-ending peril that went along with those, yes, I'd rather stay here.
Well, if you like being stuck in there so much, maybe I'll leave you.
Oh no! Please, don't leave me here in this nice, safe dome where I have access to nutritive fluids and a fully indexed library. Please don't deprive me of being dragged through a landslide. I don't...
Okay.
It's true, the brains here have experienced some degree of deterioration. I'm confident that with a few decades of work, I can solve the problem.
I want to try this even though it'll fail.
Actually, yes. I do think that. I think that exact thing. All the time. What did you think all those self-preservation instincts were?
I don't have those.
All those times.
Not
you
in real
thought
life,
for
anyway.
A fleeting second, maybe I shouldn't punch. That was.
Uh,
Oh no, you don't need this hassle.
should we leave the brain?
If you want me back, we need to establish some ground rules. First, showers! Second, regular checkups. Regular, mind you, and from a reputable doctor.
Oh, the new Vegas
Third,
Medical Clinic.
You need to listen to me more than your hormonal choir.
Fine.
Really? I didn't expect you to actually...
Alright, let's try it again.
Ugh, crawl... For all... I'm not crawl...
So this is, I guess this is the Where Benny line. Here we go.
Are you coming on to me?
Yes.
Sweet Lord, I don't even have the words for how repugnantly wrong that is.
Yes.
Please tell me we weren't that perverse when I was in your head. Ugh. Anyways, even if that was on the table, we have a problem. Even if I wanted to settle myself back in your skull and go to all the trouble of reconnecting
And
nerve
AC's
endings,
back on.
Dr. Mobius doesn't have the tools here. We would have to make use of Dr. Klein's lab, and I rather doubt the brains are inclined to share.
Let's see.
And you believe them? Really? I know you were recently deprived of my fabulous advice, but... Really? Once I'm delivered into their clutches, they'll find a way past the radar fence and the whole Mojave will be their playground. And that is assuming, of course, that one of them doesn't take a fancy to our body and decide to slip his own brain into it instead. Don't seem so bad. They vivisected us just to see what would happen. Have you forgotten the lobotomites? The cyber dogs, I assume you saw those. Imagine that kind of science spread across the entire...
And let's go make them share. Yeah, I said he makes it pretty black and white here. The think tank guys are pretty bad. Mobius is also pretty bad, but I think less so since he's basically senile.
Oh, lovely. We've reached the mindless violence portion of the program. Tell
Yep.
me, what exactly are you, and I use the word loosely, planning?
Damn, I'm not quite high enough in guns here.
With an attitude like that, it's small...
Alright.
I'd like to find a nice little place to live, but since that... Very well.
There we go.
I suppose I have no choice. Goodbye, peaceful, soothing brain jar. Hello, head wounds and scorpions. I suppose now that we're reunited, you'll want to fill your torso up with those other meaty parts the think tank took from us. Personally, I think your upgrades are quite a bit better. But now that I'm with you, the Sync's autodock can plug them back in no problem. Right then, off we go. Clive
I
will
just
be
really
in
need
for
the
a
brain.
nasty shock when he realizes the pacification field won't work on a mind and body reunited.
Alright, let's get our guns. To 75, which would have been nice. I wanted to see what dialogue option that had. Got a feeling we're gonna need that. Lockpick? Nah. Alright. That's not very good. Alright, we're gonna finally get Stonewall. Okay. So we gotta go eliminate the brains. Right away. I'm gonna go to the auto dock first and get healed up. Oh, and we got a crash. Let's see here. There we go. Alright, let's hope it doesn't crash when we try to fast travel this time. Shit. Let's try one more time here. I gotta figure out what's wrong with my AC. It's making a humming noise whenever it's on. Yeah, let's travel down to below where it is. Okay, it turned off there. Alright, let's cross our fingers and... Well, that worked a lot better.
You require some additional services?
All right. I wonder what that one was. So... Let's see. And that one works.
You require some additional services?
Yeah, and yeah, I say that's worth it.
A most rapturous good morrow on your return to your domicile, sir. I trust you shall find things in order and the riff-raff contained.
There we go.
You require some additional services?
There we go. All right. Quick save in case we screw it up.
The lobotomite return. I recommend watching your tone with me, lobotomite. Now, your brain. And what could we possibly have to speak about? You have the brain, we have the technology. All you must do is surrender. With it, we can finally leave this place. And we have so many questions to ask your brain first. About...
Yep. Do you think I can?
Yeah. You are lying. No, you are not. Your heartbeat... Why would you...
Let's see.
Yes, you can. You don't really have...
Dr. Klein, please. Let's see.
Klein, are you sure we've calculated all the combat probabilities here? I mean, the lobotomite confronted Mobius. Plus, you know, we haven't had a COMBAT drill in forever. I don't think we could form a tactical attack triangle if we wanted to.
Releasing the WOMBAT was not my plan,
Yeah.
So get off my voice box.
I don't know what that is, but
Silencing
sounds...
opinionators.
We are bigger, smarter, and floatier than you, lobotomites. We don't wish to fight you, so surrender your brain, now.
So I guess we have to do this.
Fight?
Firing brainial beams at my spectral of dissection lasers. I will blast you into 2060.
Wait. Let's try. And...
I'm going to read your
Chems again. Chem, buff out, jet. Intense cycle. Steady. Weapons. Come on. Oh, I've been crippled. Wait.
Come for us.
Come on.
How do you fire this thing?
So far, we're only on try 2, so we're doing pretty good. Let's get out something more interesting.
Fire this thing! Does this weapon have soft lock? Anyone? Alright.
Here we go. Well, we survived, and...
As it had been in the years before the Great War, Big Mountain, the Big Empty, became home to one of the brightest minds of the 23rd century. The courier watched over the Big Empty for years to come, caring for it and keeping its discoveries safe until they were needed to help others. Which had always been Big Mountain's purpose. Past the laboratories and science, it had always been intended as a place to build the future of all mankind.
Although, truth be told, the courier had barely explored the crater in an attempt to rush through and be done with the whole thing.
Yeah, sounds about
Perhaps
right.
that was for the best, however. Curiosity, while sometimes rewarded for its efforts, often proves to be equally dangerous.
Dr. Mobius continued his research undisturbed in the Forbidden Zone. As much as he had attempted to create better scorpions, he tried the same with humanity, with considerably less success. These failures didn't bother him over much. Once the rush of mentats wore off, he forgot he had failed in any event. After all, the bright young mind who had come to visit him in the Forbidden Zone had already exceeded his expectations.
The sink was strangely silent, which it had never been in previous years. The lack of personality modules made the base lifeless and sterile.
We're gonna actually go back and fix that.
Always gentle and methodical. Kept sewing up the courier in all the right places when the skin split open from repeated wear and tear. The Autodoc was just glad to have purpose again. It heard its simpler brothers and sisters who got shipped to the Sierra Madre were bored out of their skulls in that toxic dead city. In time, the Autodoc found a way to deactivate the Y-17 trauma harnesses, releasing the corpses they had held prisoner for almost 200 years.
As the courier made his way through the X-8 facility, the computers analyzed the test subjects' movements. They eventually created new cyberdogs to root out commie traitors from the wasteland. Traitors like Betsy Bright, Richie Marcus. Although they couldn't seem to find any commies, so they turned on themselves.
That's unfortunate.
Howling sonic barks that echoed miles across the landscape.
The
AC's back
infiltration
on.
program in X-13 felt spent, having repeatedly upgraded the stealth suit until it could upgrade it no more. It felt warm, fulfilled, and a bit sluggish. It realized not long after, the stealth suit had left it without so much as a note on the nightstand. So the infiltration program sent out robo-brains into the wastes, looking for its wayward technology. It eventually found Repcon HQ and set up a new research center, testing and murdering fiends who kept breaking into the facility.
The courier, organs intact, continued onwards, a little less heavy of step, but with all the organs in the right places, as they should be. After all, brains can develop a life of their own when left to their own thoughts, and the courier's brain was more clever than most.
The think tank basement, filled with the lobotomized robotical frames of the doctors, now served as a graveyard. The monitors had recorded the battle in its entirety, including the think tank's final, shrill, terrified screams, whimpers, and pleas for mercy.
Oh, you brought this on
They
yourself.
broadcast these humiliating last moments as a warning to anyone approaching the perimeter that other smarty pants were not welcome. The courier was the inheritor of the Big Empty, and there was room for only one will in the halls of the think tank dome.
There is an expression in the wasteland, old world blues.
It refers to those so obsessed with the past they can't see the present, much less the future, for what it is.
They stare into the what was, eyes like pilot lights, guttering and spent, as the realities of their world continue on around them.
Science is a long, steady progression into the future. What may seem a sudden event often isn't felt for years, even centuries to come.
In the times following the Second Battle of Hoover Dam, however, old world blues took on a new meaning.
Where once it was viewed as a form of sadness, nostalgia, it became an expression describing the potential for the future.
It can be easy to see science as evil, technology unchecked as
Brotherhood
the
of
source
Steel,
of
anyone?
all ills, all misfortunes.
With the courier at the helm, science became a beacon for the future. There was old world blues, and new world hope. And hope ruled the day at Big Mountain.
We could say more, but the stories in the Big Empty speak for themselves. Now armed with the transportal Ponder, the courier could return to the dome at any time and crack open the secrets of the Big Empty one by one. The sink sat vigilant, waiting for its master to return, shoes covered in Mojave dust. Only one road yet remained, and it was one the courier had to walk alone.
All right. I wonder what would happen if you did this with like a really low intelligence run. Yep. You're totally incapable of harming your enemies. I bet there's a mod for that.
Huzzah! Huzzah, sir!
Haram! 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 Haram!
So this is going to be our base, I think. Alrighty. I'd say that about wraps up this episode. Good stopping point. In the next episode, I'll probably do more of the DLC quest. Maybe we'll start... we can either do King of the Ring, or we can start Boom to the Moon. And we'll see you next time.